Hi everybody, welcome to Business Computing Weekly. This is episode number 349. We're recorded on February the 26th, 2012. And today we're going to be talking about the big story of the week, which was the Apple shareholder meeting that happened on February the 23rd. A quick look at the Epson WorkForce 845 multi-function peripheral, MFP as they're called, and the OnLive Desktop for your iPad. It's really cool. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome everybody. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to stop by. If you come by when we record, it's every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do a bit of a pre-show at 12:30 and just kind of chill out and talk with everybody and have a few laughs. It's always a lot of fun. It's been a busy week I think for a lot of folks. Hopefully the economy is starting to turn around a little bit. I really hope that's the case. We've been busy. We just launched a brand new version of our website, and if you get a chance, check it out at frugalbrothers.com. We are sponsored by GFI Software. That's what we do all day, every day, is we resell GFI Software all over North America, Canada, and we have clients as far as Bahrain. Believe it or not, we have clients in Bahrain. Anyhow, so check it out. We're really proud of the new website. A special shout out to, goes by, if you probably know him on the chat room and so forth, as Fly Fox. He's a fantastic guy with doing web work. I can't recommend him enough. If you like what you see on our website, feel free to reach out and I'll connect you out. I think one of the underlying principles of our website was search engine optimization and what we could do to make everything easier to find and more pertinent. And I talked to a lot of people before we launched the revision of our website, and it really comes down, I think most people felt this way about a business-related website. Tell me what you do, what you sell, and how I can use it. Those are the three, and make it easy to find everything. So the philosophy was to design the site where you could pretty much get any information you need within 3 mouse clicks, no more than 3 clicks. Make it easy to navigate. I've been talking to a lot of people, and I've looked at other companies' websites. There's a time when I believe in the less is more philosophy, and yeah, make it where you can drill down to get more information, but you got to capture that person's attention within seconds. You just have a few seconds on a website to grab somebody's attention, or if not, they're going to bounce right out of there. You have a really high bounce rate. You didn't accomplish much. So make everything easy to find. That's what we did. Keep it as informative, but as minimal at the same time as you can. And that was something that we attempted to do. And so I don't know about you folks, but I'm not a big fan of very convoluted websites with all this stuff going on. Too many animations, too many columns, too much stuff to read. You've got seconds to get my attention, and I think most of us are the same way. We don't have time to look at convoluted websites, but so be it. I mean, that is what it is. And there we go. We'll bring up that bug and get rid of that lower third. Using a great tool with Wirecast. It's called the Wirecast Toolbox. It's free if you're using Wirecast. For Windows, it is a Windows-only tool. Essentially, it allows you to use your numeric keypad as a switcher for Wirecast, which is nice. You can get the Logitech USB keyboard wireless numeric keypad and use that as a switcher as well. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. And but at any rate, I think it's time that we kind of talk about the big story of the week. And let's just pull that up here. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. And let us proceed. And that was on February the 23rd, Tim Cook here did his annual stockholder meeting. And why is this a big story? Well, let's talk about it. Of course, this photo here, this is where Tim is basically telling everybody to buzz off. We've got $90 billion in the bank. He laughs maniacally, gives everybody the finger, and walks out the door. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've got 90 billion. No, that's not what happened at all. If you've read the books about Steve Jobs, the biography, other things about him, and who hasn't, you'll know that the board of directors of Apple Computer has been pretty much handpicked by Steve Jobs since his second coming. And Steve Jobs, you would swear to God he was a depression baby by the way he's run Apple Computer, hoarding all of his cash. They're up to almost $100 billion in cash in the bank, and they're not really doing anything with it. So this was a major issue at the stockholders meeting. But the first order of business was the election of board members to the board of directors of Apple. Really, it was Steve Jobs to run the show, and if the shareholders wanted to make changes, tough, too bad. This is the company's decision. We're sticking with it. And so they didn't. But there was a vote, and now you have to win a majority in the election from stockholders to retain your seat as a board member. That is a big fundamental change for Apple. Well played, well done, really well deserved. Now, the first quarter 2012, Apple posts a $13 billion profit. $13 billion just for the first quarter of 2012. So they're sitting in at least over $90 billion in cash. And you know, this is something that Tim Cook says, look, we got to address. We've got to cover this. We've got to do something with all this money. But we're not sure it's going to be a dividend. We're not sure that we're trying to think what we should do. So board members saying, look, Apple, you got to either one, give out the money in dividends, or number two, you need to invest. Take that money, put it into investments, and grow the company even in the future. You know, it's not going to be long. It's not unfeasible that Apple could end up being the world's first $1 trillion company. As amazing as that sounds, as mind-boggling as that sounds, $1 trillion company. But they're going to, in order to get these objectives, they're going to have to start investing their money. Now, we know the first week of March, or around the 7th of March, I think, Apple's got a new launch of the iPad 3. We all know that's coming. I'm not going to discuss that here today. Rumor is that also within March we're going to see a new Apple TV product, probably offering 1080i resolution on it, a faster processor, maybe even some type of Bluetooth connectivity. So we know that. But he did drop the hint that we're going to see some really amazing new products in 2012. Is he hinting at a new Apple TV? Now, I'm not talking about the Apple TV device. I am talking about the small or a full-blown TV set. Well, the reason I bring this up is because one of the stockholders who got to ask several questions of Tim Cook said, Tim, I just bought a 60-inch TV set to watch the Super Bowl. I've got a 60-day return policy on it. Should I take it back? To which Tim Cook did not reply, but he did smile really broadly on that and would make no comment. So it kind of gives you the idea that, yeah, an Apple branded TV is going to happen somewhere down the road. So this stockholders meeting was very, very important. There were people protesting outside. I don't know if you heard that or not, but there were protesters outside asking for what they call the ethical iPhone. An ethical iPhone, because if you watched my show a few weeks back, I did an episode called Foxconn and You. And we went through and we got some documentary footage in there and showed people, working, and the people that, working that builds these products. Where there's 141 different steps, I believe, 141 and 145 steps in making a iPhone, which turns out to be handmade. 300 plus steps in the iPad, all done by hand. It's incredible. Why? Because it's human labor is cheaper than mechanized labor in the creation of these products. Finally, they were talking about the integration between Twitter and Apple's products. What about Facebook? And to which Tim responded that they've had a lot of experience working with Facebook. They think the integration they know of has been great for Twitter. And Tim Cook does call Facebook a friend of Apple Computer. That's kind of where it stops right now. Personally, if you downloaded the new message client, the beta for your Mac OS 10, you'll notice that you can it works with AIM, it works with Google Talk, Yahoo, but it does not. Is still you can't connect to Facebook like you can with Skype. So I think that's why not have Facebook integration with this product? I don't know. I think they should. I think the stockholders are wondering, why aren't we having a greater relationship with Facebook than Twitter? As YouTube is video on the web, Facebook is still social on the web. Yeah, Google Plus is awesome, but it nowhere near what Facebook is. And so that's why it was such an important news story. I think we're going to be seeing either a major, I don't think we'll be seeing, let me rephrase that. I don't believe we will be seeing a big dividend check from Apple, but more I think you'll start to see a pickup in acquisitions by Apple. Some, they bought Chomp, which is I understand Chomp is a kind of an app search engine type of thing, because they got to redo the iTunes store. It's so convoluted. iTunes is a mess because they're just like a rickety old house. They keep adding more and more, and it's buckling under its own weight. Very convoluted. So we need to see a major revision to iTunes here. Let me go here. Here we go. All right. Something that I think is important that we talk about on our show from time to time is some cool office technology. This is the Epson WorkForce 845. Now, why am I talking about Epson on the show today? Number one, I use their products personally, and I don't have this particular model. I have the WorkForce 630. If I had to do it again, I would probably went ahead and went with, they didn't actually have this model when I bought my 630. They had the 840, but this is the new king of the hill for Epson. Let's talk about it just a little bit. You can find it pretty much on the street somewhere between $140 to $200 in that range. That's what you can find it at. There's, according to where I'm reading here, it can be found as low as $109.95 on eBay. I don't know about that, but around $130. What makes this printer unique? Here's a couple things for you. Number one, it comes with dual 250-page sheets. It does full duplex printing, which is very, very cool. Separate ink tanks for your colors and so forth. But here's what I think the coolest feature is, and that is that when you get this printer and you go to the Epson website and you get a unique email address for this printer, okay? And then from there, you can attach a document to an email it to this unique address, and the printer will print out these documents. So you've got somebody out in the field, they've got a document, whatever they need printed out for you to look at, maybe a photo, whatever. The email is an attachment to this email address, and lo and behold, it will print on this printer. It's not without problems. And what I'm hearing from people on the street is that you have to do several firmware updates for this to work. And you have to go to the Epson website, register the printer, and create the unique email address for this printer there. So it's that's something important to keep in mind. As far as consumables, they're not bad. Works out with the large capacity ink tanks at about 7.2 cents a page. This printer is designed for either a home office environment or a small work group. Most people is going to connect it via Wi-Fi. Some people report challenges setting it up on Wi-Fi, because essentially you either got to connect it via an Ethernet cable to get it configured to use Wi-Fi, or you have to use USB. A USB cable is not included with this printer. It is a network printer. It is a network printer. Okay. As far as printing photos, they're not bad, but this would not be my first choice of a photo printer. This printer is more for your good quality black and white printing, or an occasional color photo or color print. It's not that heavy, by the way. They do have a good solid feel to them, but they're light. This printer weighs less than 22 pounds. All right. As far as print speed goes, it's not bad. It's about 6 pages a minute, black and white text, double space. There's certain tests. I actually did a video about print speeds one time, and all that's how all that plays out. But it's very, very competitive. And I will tell you that the scanning software that comes with it works pretty doggone well. I use it. Basically what I do, and it's very, very simple. Anybody can do it. I have a folder in Google Docs called Scans. You can't, by the way, the scanning software does allow you to scan the email, but only, and this is a caveat, only to a MAPI type client, such as Outlook. You can't scan it to, say, Gmail. And that doesn't work either. People are clamoring for that capability on this printer. But it does work, pretty nicely. And what I do is I scan the PDF, and then I go ahead and save it in a scans folder in Google Docs. And by the way, that's searchable. Google Docs is searchable, and I can find it that way. And that's kind of how I do things. I'm really turning Google Docs into my kind of a NAS. That's something, because you can share stuff anyway. I mean, that's what I do. Maybe I'm cheaping out a lot. But no, I've told the folks in the live chat room I was planning on actually buying a Synology NAS somewhere this summer. Kind of my goal to get a Synology NAS. This is a good printer, and I think for the amount of money for the investment on it, the Epson WorkForce printers are pretty tough to beat. You might do better, but you're going to have to spend a little bit more money. It's an all-around workhorse. And that's really what Epson should have called this printer, the Epson WorkForce printer. Hey, there'll be more of this week's edition of Frugal Tech Live and Business Computing Weekly right after this.
GFI Software provides a single source for networking, security, monitoring, and hosted IT solutions for small to medium enterprises. GFI's extensive suite of award-winning on-premise solutions includes anti-spam, email security, email archiving, endpoint antivirus, centrally managed backup, event log management, server-based faxing, network monitoring, removable device control, vulnerability scanning and patch management, and web filtering and security. GFI also offers a suite of hosted solutions including email security and continuity, frontline email defense, and monitoring and remote management. With award-winning technology, an aggressive pricing strategy, and a strong focus on the unique requirements of small to medium-sized enterprises, GFI Software can satisfy your needs on a global scale. Please visit us online at www.gfi.com.
All right, and we're back after that brief break. All right, let's move right along. There we go. And this is something I wanted to share with you. Now, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a demo on this thing. It is called OnLive Desktop. Now, it's been all over the news. It's all over the tech world. Here's the deal. The iPad here, a lot of people want to use these as a laptop replacement. Now, the problem is that a number of these people are salespeople, and they live and die with what's called PowerPoint. You probably all heard of PowerPoint, death to PowerPoint, whatever. But as of today, there are some workarounds. There is a app called Slide Deck for the iPad. It works so well. There's really not a native PowerPoint client. As of today, there is no Office for the Microsoft Office for the iPad. What to do? Well, OnLive is the company behind this product. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fire this up. By the way, there are 2 level of services to OnLive Desktop. Essentially what you do is go to the App Store and you'll download the OnLive app for your iPad. You'll make sure that you have an account with OnLive, which is free. You register your email address and a password. And once you get that going, and I'll bring this up here so you can see. Right there it is. There's the, bring up this thing. Now it takes a few minutes for it to launch. And we'll sign in. We're signing into OnLive right now. And let's change the shot here and get that out of there. There we go. There we go. And you now have a Windows desktop. Now, bear in mind, I'm trying to do this backwards. And it comes with Office apps such as Microsoft Word. Hopefully I didn't bring that up here. You can see it's actually loading Word 2010 right there. But I wanted to show you just for demo purposes, I'll close that out, a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to launch that. And let's see, I'll have to do a file. There we go. Open. There we go. Yep. Got to get used to the way this works. All right, let me cancel out of that. File. You just gotta get it just so. Okay. Oh. All right. Let me close out of this. Cancel. Okay, we'll do it another way. You have a folder in here, your sync files. We'll just do it this way. I'm kind of clumsy with this, trying to do it backwards and so forth. And let's go to documents, which I saved a document. There we go. Now it should pull up. There we go. So, and we are going to run the slideshow. There we go. I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. Of course, I'm doing a demo. Oh, there we go. And we'll do this slideshow. Again, a security alert. But here you see I'm actually running a PowerPoint presentation right on here. Now here's the amazing thing. I didn't pay anything for this at any point in time. Okay? I didn't pay anything for this at any point in time. So and here's how it works. Basically you have a site, files.onlive.com. You log in. You can upload to the cloud a Word document, spreadsheet, presentation from there. Then once you get into here, into the virtual desktop, those files become available. You can play them. You can edit them. What you can't do is you can't print them. I haven't seen a way to actually print them. But you can see I'm actually running the demo, and then you could actually get a device to adapt this to let you hook it up to a large television, what have you, projector, and use it that way. So bring it a little bit closer, and then we'll end the presentation, and we'll just end show. There you go. We'll close out here. There we go. And close again. And this is got a multi-touch thing on it. By the way, this is a full Windows desktop right there. It says Word, Excel, PowerPoint. The free version, I'll tell you right now, does not let you browse the web. Doesn't let you do that. That's what the paid version. Because one of the issues is you can't get Flash on the iPad, but through the virtual desktop here of OnLive Desktop, you can. So you can watch Flash videos on this thing, and you're bypassing that. The way it kind of works is basically all the hard work is being done on a server back at OnLive, and they're pushing it. Now, this is the free version. And for some people, this may be all you need, is just the free version of the software. There is a paid plan, and that's $5 a month. And with the paid plan, then you get the Flash, then you can do general web browsing, and so on. And now they're talking about another plan that would allow you to install some of your own applications, potentially Outlook and other things like that on there. So it's very, very nifty. So yeah, with the paid plan, you get the full-blown Flash on there pre-installed, and you also get full-blown Acrobat. This comes with Acrobat Reader, the free version. So get that. They also are working on a client for Mac and Windows as well. And that got me to thinking, what will happen then to some virtualization software? How many people out there in the Mac community buy a product like Parallels or Fusion to run a virtual machine so they can use Excel or they can use Outlook or what have you? And so they've got to buy the software, the Parallels. They have to buy a license of Windows, and then they got to buy Office. That's pretty doggone expensive. Plus, there's the installation, configuration, making sure everything's all patched, or you could pay $5 a month for this. I think that's a very compelling thing to offer. Could this be the end of virtual desktops on Macs in particular? Or for that matter, even even possibly the sale of Office for a laptop or whatever. I mean, think about all the possibilities of using this kind of technology rather than virtual machines, or having to go out and buy licenses of Office and so forth. Now, they said you can install other applications, or they're working on that. So apparently, if you want to use QuickBooks, you'll still have to, I'm sure, buy the app, but it's still a great way of doing things. I like it. But as it stands right now with the free version, that may be all you need. If you just need to do a presentation, or if you need to edit a spreadsheet or a document, spend no money whatsoever. If you want more of a true virtual desktop, spend the $5 a month, get the and use Internet Explorer, and you can use Dropbox as well. Not with the free version, but once you get the $5 a month account, then you can use Dropbox. They have 2 gigabytes of cloud storage for your documents with the free version. I'm not sure on the paid version what that is. Let me take a look here. We'll take a look at service plans. Yeah, here we go. OnLive Desktop Plus $4.99, which is available right now. You get and the other thing is you get what's called priority access. What does that mean? They have, when their $5 a month customers gets a special gigabit connection on the network to pull this stuff up, so everything runs much, much faster but it's still quite usable, the free version. Then they're talking about what's called the OnLive Desktop Pro, which is 50 gigabytes of secure cloud storage, and you can customize it with additional PC applications. And then there's finally a enterprise version, which is going to be available for custom integration by VARs and consultants. There is a business opportunity, because we're a business technology show, and I get a lot of computer IT people that watch this thing. There's a potential business opportunity right there. Plus things like OnLive collaborative services, such as live desktop spectating and desktop sharing via voice chat, and available on OnLive Desktop Pro and OnLive Enterprise editions. So $10 a month for the Pro version, which has not been released yet. Right now you can only get the Desktop Plus for $5 a month. For a lot of you, the free version may just do great. Free beer? No. No free beer. They don't give you free beer. That would be good. Free beer is always good. I like it. I recommend it. If you've got an iPad, go ahead and play with it and have a little bit of fun. It's free. Don't cost you anything. Maybe all that you need. Maybe this will free people from having to go out and actually buy Office just to use something like this. Who knows? We're going to try something a little bit different here. We record at 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Each show. And then normally I end things up by playing the Moment of Zen. I'm going to be a little bit more careful now about the Moment of Zen. So we're going to end the recording now. If you're in the live chat room, stick around for this week's Moment of Zen. And I want to remind everybody, thank you for stopping by and spending this half hour with us kind of talking about the latest of what's going on in business technology, business news. Join us again next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on YouTube, Frugal Tech on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until we see each other again, I'm Bruce Naylor, Frugal Tech. We'll see you next Sunday.